EA College Football is a year away. Here are the top 10 things I hope EA College Football has in Dynasty mode when it drops next summer in 2024. Hopefully. With that said, let's get to it. Number 10, Teambuilder. If I can't create the Rapid City Stegos or the Fargo University Asteroids, well, I may not leave college football revamped. We need to be able to create the teams, uniforms, stadiums, crowd signs, crowd chants, fight songs, everything you can think of that's team specific, we should be able to create. Number 9, updated transfer rules. We don't need to get into specifics here. It should be a given. EA should be doing their homework on this subject, and everything should be true to life of what it is now. Number 8, NIL implementation and recruiting depth. This may be number 1 in my opinion. For me, recruiting is the lifeblood of a dynasty. We need the ability to make it harder and more unique. Give us modifiers for it to increase difficulty, and please implement NIL in a simple but effective way. Football Coach College Dynasty does a good job of this. You have a NIL budget, depending on your school, and can offer NIL package amounts after you've offered a scholarship to a prospect. You can see what other schools are offering as well. If EA goes this route, give us an option to turn off being able to see other offers, or make it a coach skill to be able to find out what a school you're battling is offering a guy. This would also mean you should be able to access the NIL budget when trying to get a player not to transfer, almost like a promise. Very important that recruiting and NIL is hit hard and accurate. I think a big part of college football satisfaction when it comes to games is recruiting. It has to be aces. Number 7 is expanded commissioner controls or house rules. Now they're starting to do this with Madden, and it's been a long time coming. The best thing EA can do to increase the lifespan and interest in the game longer term is to give us as many commissioner tools as possible. Let us make these dynasties as unique as we want. Give us play cooldowns for only offense instead of applying to both offense and defense, because it doesn't make sense. Play call limits. Heck, it'd be awesome if you could entirely ban certain plays. If we find out there's a money play like 4 verts was in NCAA 14, let us ban the play so it can't be called. Maybe that's too far, but I think that play should be banned. Number 6, coaching carousel, building off of what you already had in NCAA Football 14. Now, I know you can't do that. I know it's a different engine. It's different code, but it's got to be similar or better. Being able to start as an OC or DC in NCAA 14 and work up the ranks was and is so fun. The calls during the carousel as coaches retire or leave for better jobs, it's just a blast to witness, and I really hope EA can get this in. If we get what we have in the current Madden, people will not be happy. Half the time, when a coach gets hired away, there aren't any more to hire in franchise, so you have to quit the franchise, come back in as another team, fire their coach, then quit the franchise again and rejoin as your previous team. It's the lamest thing. It's beyond lame. Number 5, expanded coaching staffs. While we're talking about coaches, let us fill out the staff beyond the coordinators, wide receiver coaches, QB coaches, D-line, hell, all the way down to strength and conditioning. I know this one is most likely a pipe dream for now, but I'm going to say it here to get it out into the universe because I know other people want this too. We should be able to send those coaches out on recruiting visits. You know, you could get really in-depth with more coaches. Number 4, and y'all are going to laugh at this one if you're following along in Rapid City Dynasty, but I want studio updates, okay? Think NFL 2K5, or if you have been here a while, like I said, you've been watching the Rapid City Dynasty, you've seen live look-ins on games going on at the same time you're playing. Example, imagine your buddy has a noon game, and so do you, but he already played his. Cut in on my game with a highlight every so often. This, like the last point, is most likely a pipe dream, but man, it would be cool. So cool if they could do this. All right, number 3, how about dynamic crowds? College football crowds are like nothing else, right? Have attendance be affected by how the team is doing. Have them leave early in a blowout. Have them rush the field after a big upset. I know a lot of people want that. You need those field rushes. I don't know if you can have them uproot the goalposts, but have them rush the field. Team-specific chants are a given. Make them loud at the right times. I can't stress how important this is to the excitement of the game. A perfectly timed crowd pop or boo is magic. I think if you can get the sound right there, it goes a long way into making the game feel immersive and energetic. Number 2, coaches-only dynasties. Give us the ability to run online dynasties where you can only be a coach if desired. And if we do get that, make sure we have a proper broadcast camera for the games, or multiple broadcast cameras to use for the games. Or heck, maybe hit us up with an athletic director-only dynasty. Interesting thought. Now, these aren't in specific order, right? From 10 to 1. Like, number 1 isn't the most important for me because it would probably be recruiting if I was doing this list like that. But this is just the last point we're going to go on, and that's Heisman Ceremony. Instead of a splash screen with final voting results, bring me to New York. show highlights of the finalists in a build-up to announcing the winner. Again, probably a dream with the highlights, but presentation? Totally doable. Build some suspense instead of just feeding me the winner on a screen that someone made in Photoshop. Now, I left things off here that I believe are dreams that have no chance, like multiple broadcast crews. Now, what would you want the most in Dynasty mode? Was it on this list? I'll be making a similar list on Road to Glory soon, so subscribe if you want to know when that drops. And of course, I'll have any news that drops on the new EA College Football game as soon as I see or hear anything. So click that bell so you know when those videos come out, and I will see you then. But until then, go Bucks, go Stegos.